So, I've been busy working on one project where I should be working on other projects, but this was so cute I couldn't resist it. It'll be even better once it's all together. Good morning, everybody. It's Stephen here for Bland Designs and the Idiot Quilter, and welcome to my weekly vlog for Monday, December the 4th, 2023, and it is vlog number 341. Let me adjust my chair. There we go. That's a little better, and let me have some coffee. Just got home from the dentist. Yeah, for my quarterly, thirdly cleaning. I don't know. I go every 4 months for a cleaning, and I just dread it. I hate going to the dentist. I always have. Probably stems from back when I was a little kid and had some very traumatic experiences in a dentist chair then. But anyways, different dental hygienist today. I think the last 3 times I've gone, I've had a different hygienist each time. This one I liked. Well, the other ones are okay too, but this one I really liked. And I can tell you something. According to the dental hygienist, and she did not spend that long cleaning my teeth, which, I mean, I'm very conscientious about my teeth. I floss on a regular basis. And then recently, back, I've had it for about 5 weeks, I bought a water pick, and I'm loving it. I really love the water pick. And I mentioned that to the dental hygienist, and she says, yeah, they're good. And yeah, she said there is very little buildup on your teeth right now, and your gums are looking great. So I am definitely sold on the benefits of a water pick. And they gave me a new thing today, though, that I never had. You know how the dentist, or at least my dentist does, but I imagine a lot do, they give you a little bag of goodies when you leave, like they give you a new toothbrush, they give you some dental floss, some toothpaste. Well, she's offered me a toothbrush, of course, and I said I don't really need one of those. It said I have 3 of them or 4 of them at home, because I use an Oral-B, electric toothbrush. And then she said, well, how about a tongue scraper? And I said, okay, never used a tongue scraper in my life. How does this work? And so she told me, and well, I'll give it a go. Can't hurt. Yes. God, I think I spend more time on my mouth than a woman does on her eye makeup. But I want my teeth to be with me for the rest of my life. I do not want to have teeth like my parents did. Theirs were just ghastly. Yeah. So, but anyways, she was good. I was uptight about being there. I didn't sleep well last night because of it. I do. I get anxiety attacks about going to a dentist. And it was a breeze. It was a breeze. So, yeah, until you get the bill. Yeah. Because, well, they had to do a checkup, of course. Well, I knew that. And I figured they'd have to do x-rays because, every other visit they do x-rays pretty much. And those usually cost you. So, yeah, it was a hefty bill. But luckily we have third-party insurance that pays 85% of it. So it's not too bad. But nevertheless, in the next life, I want to be a dentist because they make millions. All right, how I got onto that, I'll never know, but let's move right into what I have been working on. So, this one I started. I should not have started this project. And here's why. This is an in the hoop machine embroidery project. Okay, and you know how I love doing those. Well, I should be working on my tree skirt that I started a year ago. It's not going to be done for this Christmas. It'll be another year yet. But in the meantime, of course, Designs by Juju had a sale, and this was one of the things on sale. It's just a small wall hanging, but it's an in-the-hoop applique embroidery machine project, and I thought it was kind of cute, so I've been working on that for the last couple of days. So it's in pieces at the moment. The pieces are all done. I just have to sew them all together, then back it and do all that stuff. I am thinking this may be a small Christmas gift for the neighbors. We are going to invite them over for a Christmas drink, and the last few years we've exchanged gifts, but it's getting a little ridiculous because I don't want them to feel obligated to give us a gift at Christmas time. I gave them stuff because it's stuff that I made, and you know, and Walter made them some bags or whatever. Actually, they commissioned Walter to make some bags a year ago, Christmas bags. And Walter said, "Yeah, he'll just do them. Don't worry about it," because they said they'd pay for the stuff and whatnot. He says, "No, don't worry about it." Um, and it's the same. I gave them a quilt, and they gave us a really a nice couple of bottles of wine and some nice bottles of olive oil right from Italy when they went on their trip to Italy last year, a little earlier in the year, and that was all very nice. Um, and we don't need it. It's not that we don't appreciate it, but someone gives you something, you feel you need to give something back, and you want to give something, or at least I do, something that's comparable. So that puts a little pressure on you. So we've told them already this year, do not worry about giving us a gift or anything like that. It's really nice of you, but don't. Save your money, kind of a thing. And we told them that we were having them over for a drink at some point. We just haven't settled on a date yet. We have to do that this week. We have to settle on that date or it'll never get done. Now, the thing is, I know our next door neighbor, and she will not come over here empty handed. She will probably have a little bag with some little Christmas goodies in it. She does bake and things like that. She usually gives us every Christmas some of her baking, which is really nice. I really love that. I do. And yeah. So I'm going to have a little bag in reserve. Don't want to be caught with my pants down, so to speak. So this is going to go in that bag, along with possibly a nice bottle of wine and maybe a little box of chocolates, just to be on the safe side, because I know for sure she's going to ignore what I said and she's going to bring something. So yeah, so that's what I'm working on here, and my plan for today, amongst other things, is to at least get all the pieces sewn together, and by later this week, I hope this whole thing is, well, I want it done this week because I've got other projects coming up. Now, one project I did finish up last week, and I'll just show that to you, is this table runner. This is a kit that I bought in September when we went to the Cambridge Stratford area. I saw the kit. It's in blues, of course, so I'm always attracted to blue, and it's an unusual shape. It's called the Spicy Spiral Table Runner, and if you saw the Idiot Quilter last week, I did talk about the pattern for this. Well, I got the special ruler. The ruler cost me about $75. By the time I got like shipping and everything, that's Canadian dollars. Okay, in American dollars, it's 10 cents. And it was very awkward. The instructions were a little confusing. Luckily, there was a video that I found, and that helped a lot. But this is a one-off. I like the outcome. It's fine. I did a little stitch in the ditch on all the columns of fabric, and yeah, it looks nice. A little rough on one edge there with getting the curvature correct, but it's something a little unusual. So it's gone into my basket of future gifts. Hostess gifts, things like that. So I haven't started any other quilts yet, but I have put things together for the quilting retreat we're going to in December, and we'll talk more about all of that on Idiot Quilter tomorrow. But right now, let's talk about YouTube channel of the week. This is actually someone that I have reviewed before. You probably know of her if you're into interior design, and that is Rebecca Robeson. And she has, right now, she's showing all of how she has done her Christmas decorating and all things related to that. It's always over the top. She's an expensive decorator. You can tell. I mean, it should cost you a small fortune, I think, to hire her. But I like to watch her videos, especially at Christmas time, because I get ideas. And if you saw So Chatty last week, we had a house tour of our Christmas decorations. And if you missed that, well, check it out. My Christmas decorations, our Christmas decorations, are not on the level of this lady. But here's what I'm talking about. This week's YouTube channel is one that I have reviewed sometime in the past called Rebecca Robeson Design. She is an interior decorator, a very high-end interior decorator, and although you may not always agree with her taste in things, you will find ideas for your home decor, especially at Christmas time. And that's when I really like to watch her videos then, because she has some very classy, over-the-top, elegant, whatever way you want to describe it, Christmas decorations. And she has a series of videos showing you how she has decorated her home. I find them inspiring because although I could never afford in 1,000 years the amount or the level of the decorations that she does, I do find that there are some things that I can afford to do, and well, they give me inspiration. So if you're looking for Christmas decorating inspiration, then check out Rebecca Robson's Christmas videos. So the link for Rebecca Robeson is in my show notes below. There's a link for getting a hold of me via email. There's a link for Sewing with Stephanie and Stephen, our weekly get together Wednesday mornings starting at 9 o'clock in the morning. And what else is coming up? And there's a link for it, is Pop-Up Sew Day. Yes, I sent out emails this morning before I went off to the dentist to everybody that's on my mailing list, and in the show notes for this and all videos this week will be the link for that. Now, I debated whether I should have one in December because December is a busy, busy month for most people, but I didn't want to let it go until January. So yes, so this coming Saturday, December the 9th, 2023, in case you're watching this sometime way in the future, starting at 8 a.m., come and go as you please. Most of you know the drill. All are welcome. You don't have to be doing a quilt. You can be working on whatever you want to work on. It's just a great time to get together with like-minded people, share ideas, share inspiration, share support, and have fun. So, yeah, that's this coming Saturday, December the 9th, starting at 8 a.m. Link is in the show notes. Okay, there are links for all my friends' YouTube channels as well, and I especially want to point out that both Russ of Quilt Meets World and Shannon of Slay Arts are very close to having 1,000 subscribers, and that's their goal for the end of this year. So if you do not subscribe to them, check them out, and please do. It costs you nothing, and it gives them some support, and yeah, you won't be disappointed in their YouTube channel, I can tell you that. And other people are there too, like Stephanie from Stephanie Stitches, almost hitting 20,000. So be sure. And all of them, Stephanie, Russ, Shannon, they're all doing Vlogmas. I am not. I've never done Vlogmas, and mainly because I do 4 videos a week. I really don't know how these guys keep up with doing Vlogmas as well, which is a video every day. So, and they're interesting. I watch them all faithfully, and yeah. So that's all in the show notes. So what's that taking me to now? Page 2. Okay. You also find a listing of this past week's videos, and check those out if you haven't already. So let's go to looking out, or what's going on with the weather. Let me just call up the weather. It is a bit on the nippy side today. We do not have snow yet, but places just north of us, I was talking to the dental hygienist this morning, and she comes from a place north of us, the Uxbridge area, which is about 20 minutes, 25 minutes north of us, and they have snow. Now, the weather forecast is forecasting snow, apparently, and they're saying it's snowing right now. Well, I'm looking out my window. Not really. Not really. If it is, it's very scant. And that's supposed to continue through 10 to 11 a.m. this morning, 95% chance, and then the rest of the day it looks like it's going to be cloudy but clear. It is coolish. It's 0 degrees Celsius, high of 1 degree. 2 degrees, actually, they say the high is going to be Celsius. So that's 2 and 2, about 34 degrees Fahrenheit, just above freezing. Yeah, it's brisk. It's brisk, but it's not as cold as it possibly could be and probably will be later in the season. I mean, we have to remember something too. This is not winter. No, it's not. It may be snowing, but it's not winter. It is fall. It is not winter until the 21st of December. We still have a good, 3 weeks before it's officially winter. Yeah, hold on to that thought. um, so, okay. So, next thing I have to show you is I want to talk about our grow light situation. Now, grocery prices have not gotten any better here in the area that I live in spite of, the government having all these meetings with the grocers and talking about what the grocers are going to do. They're not going to do anything. They're gouging us. So, good time to invest in grow lights. And I'll show you here. So, we have a new crop of lettuce coming up. I'm not sure if Walter's got anything planted in those two that aren't showing any life at all, but there's definitely lettuce in the two outside pots. Oops, wrong way. We also have a crop of lettuce here. Now, I don't know why the edges of the leaves go a little brown. It doesn't really hurt anything. It just makes it look a little unappetizing. So I usually sort of, when I harvest the lettuce for salad, I cut those parts off. May have to look into that. There may be something, some kind of vitamin deficiency or in there or what. I don't know. These are green peppers. We're getting some green peppers stocked up again to go because they take quite a while before you get a pepper on them. They take about 80 days, I think. So, you're talking roughly almost 3 months before you're really going to get some edible peppers off them. And the big green luscious things there behind the lettuce is basil, however you want to say it. Now, out in the pepper patch, we have onions. They're doing very well under the lights. I must remember to start using those. And we've got more peppers coming on. Now we do have, there's a red pepper. That started out as a purple pepper. Okay. And we've been watching them change color. So that one's pretty much at the size that it's going to be. It's not going to get much bigger than that, I don't think. So I'll be using that soon. But on the other plants over here, in here, we have some yellow peppers coming along as well. And there's some little ones down in here. There's a little green one down in the bottom of this. So our goal is to have fresh peppers throughout the winter thanks to the grow lights. Now you may wonder what the little yellow things are that are stuck in these pots. And they got little dots on them. Well, bugs. We have been infested by little gnats or whitefly. Whitefly love peppers and they love to lay their eggs on the pepper plant. So Walter's been doing things to this and we're monitoring it. I think we've got it pretty much under control. But these things do help. If they do hatch and start flying around, they usually get stuck to these and die. So yeah, that is one of the disadvantages of grow lights in your house. You will have, and where do they come from? Well, basically come out of the soil. Even though this soil is supposed to have been sterilized or treated or something, that's where they still come from. And, once you get one or two, well, they populate very quickly. I think they have a gestation period, the eggs do, of about 4 days. So you got to keep monitoring it. We have some organic type of stuff you can spray on them. There's all kinds of home remedies for it. People have been telling me about mixing, a little bit of Dawn dish detergent with something else, I forget, whatever. And yeah, we're trying these things and we're trying to keep it under control because we don't want little buggies at all. Who does? Okay, so that's all coming along. And believe me, at the price of lettuce and at the price of peppers alone, you do save some money on these things. So it's worth the investment in the grow lights. Those grow lights weren't that expensive. I think they were well under $200. I think they were about 150 or something like that for each one. And yeah, I'm really glad that we went into this. And we'll have to plant some other things. I got to talk to Walter about that. I keep making suggestions. I keep getting poo-pawed about that. Okay, so what's pissing me off this week? Well, you saw the title. I want to talk about charities. Now, I've talked about charities before. I don't want to seem like I'm an uncharitable person, but I am sick and tired of everybody with their hand out all year round, basically, but especially at Christmas. You've got the Salvation Army set up in very key locations like the liquor store. Make you feel guilty? I am sorry, I do not feel guilty that I enjoy a bottle of wine regularly. I could have said every now and then, but it's not every now and then. Um, no, I'm not giving you money. At the grocery store, they want you to give them money for food banks. They want us to give them money for children's hospitals. And there's a whole ream of all kinds of shelters, women's shelters, homeless shelters. Yes, we have a problem in our country. But you want to know something? What really pisses me off about the charities is that, well, one, they're constantly asking you for money, but they don't just want 50 cents or a buck. They have a minimum. Some of them have a minimum. If you check out the Salvation Army, at least in our area, they have the little bubble for putting money in, but really attached to the bubble now is a little keypad. It's a debit card reader or whatever. They will take MasterCard and Visa as well, but they have a button on it. Do you want to give $5, $10, $20? I don't see a button for whatever you want to give on there. Maybe there is, or maybe you put the cash in the drum. I don't know. But that irks me. That really does. Shouldn't any amount that you feel you can give be welcomed? Doesn't seem to be. And Salvation Army pays those people that stands out by those drums. It used to be Salvation people that stood out there and did it for nothing. But nope, now they hire people to do that. So part of your donation is going to pay those people to stand there and ring a bell occasionally. They don't even ring a bell anymore. They just look at you as you come out, give you the evil eye. Another reason I don't give money to the Salvation Army is because they do not support the LGBT community. They try to and pretend that they're all inclusive, but they are not. They are not. They're right-leaning Christians that don't like queer people. So, nope, not getting my dollars. The other ones, okay, food bank, a good thing, but the food bank has gotten out of control because there are people going to the food bank now, not because they don't have a job, they don't have a home. They do, and they have a nice car, and that's their problem. They have high mortgages because the interest rates all went up. They have car payments, the whole bit. They have children that they have to pay daycare for. Oh, cry me a river. Do you need a house that's 4,000 square feet for a family of 4? Do you need top of the line car? Do you need to send your kids to childcare? Oh yeah, I know that opens up a can of worms, doesn't it? But quite frankly, as far as I'm concerned, parents are responsible for looking after the kids. Other people are not. You've heard me say that before. If you're going to have kids, you must understand it's going to cost you some money. So plan accordingly. Don't look to me out there to give a handout to you for all that kind of stuff. Now, for the other homeless people, which are the refugees, that should be the responsibility of the federal government because they're the ones that opened up our doors wide and allowed all the refugees to come in without any support system for them. Like, i.e., no place for them to live, no job for them to make money, to eat. But in this country, we pay a lot of taxes. A lot of taxes. Where's that tax money going? It's going over to the Israeli and Palestinian war. It's going over to the Ukrainian-Russian war as well. Millions, billions of dollars for that when we have people suffering in our own country. And you've heard me talk about that before. So it is very hard with all of these things being gouged at the supermarket for food, all of this kind of stuff. It is very difficult at this time of the year to find some extra money to give to a charity. So get off my back. You're not getting a dime. I'm going to choose where my money's going to go and who it's going to help out. Because the other thing about these charities too is they have high administrative costs as well. That all comes from your charitable dollars. Yeah. So, yeah, it may be the season for giving, but I reserve the right to decide who I'm giving what and how much to. I will not be browbeaten. I will not be put on an emotional roller coaster. I will not be treated like I'm a Grinch because some charity is not getting out of me or what they think they should be getting out of me. I will not feel guilty. I do what I can do, and that's all any human being can do. Okay, so new products. Yes, I bought a new book. Now, this is rare for me to buy a book. Not because I dislike reading. I love reading. I read all the time. But I buy my books in electronic format, right? I have a Kobo. And I love my Kobo. I haven't read a paperback book or a hardcover book in a long, long time. But there is a YouTube channel that I follow on a regular basis, and I've talked about it before, and you probably know it too, and it's called Tasting History. And Max Miller is the guy who puts this all together, and I love the channel. He's got old time recipes. When I mean old time, I'm talking, Middle Ages, things like that. And I find it very interesting. But what's even more interesting than the recipes is the history behind the food, behind the recipe. And he does have a book that he has published, and I bought his book. Now, you can go on to his YouTube channel, and he'll have a link to his book, and you can get a signed copy. But it's through another seller, and I just, shipping, all that kind of stuff. So I went to Amazon.ca and I picked up his book for $39.99. And with Prime, no shipping costs with that, and that included the tax on the book. So I have it, and I've been scanning through it. I've marked a few of the recipes I want to try at some point in time because they sound really good. And I've been reading some of the history about some of the things, and I find it quite fascinating. He's a good writer. He's an entertaining writer as well. And yeah, it's very informative. So if you're looking for a gift for somebody who might be a foodie on your Christmas list, I highly recommend Tasting History. And if you haven't seen Max Miller's YouTube channel, just do a search for Tasting History and check it out. I think you'll be really fascinated by it. Okay, so that's the only thing I bought new lately. And let's see, what else? Okay, 3D Corner. Yes, I do have something to show you and to maybe caution you about if you're new to 3D printing. Just let me find a picture here that I want to show you. And it's not coming up. Yeah, it figures I had everything set up and then I hit the wrong button. Story of my life. Okay. Don't panic. I can find it. It is here. Here it is. Okay. So I saw a YouTube channel talking about 3D prints, and this guy on this particular channel was making toys. Toys for basically underprivileged children and things like that. And he was making a lot of them. One of the toys he was making was this, which is a little toy helicopter. So he was offering the print file for this free, and so I printed it out. Not very good. It's now, maybe it was my settings on my machine. I don't know. He wasn't using exactly the same kind of 3D printers I use, but there's a lot. You see those rough marks on it, the lines. There's a little bit of, garbage on the propellers that has to be cleaned off. And I sort of broke off the little tail fin at the back and glued that back on. Not too particularly impressed by this, but he must be making them out of something else, and he must have a different settings dialed in, because he did show pictures of his and they look really great. The thing I question though is, I think these would break very easily no matter how well they've been constructed on a 3D printer. That top propeller, I think, will be the first thing to go. And, do you want to give a kid a toy that's going to break within the first hour of them playing with it? I think his idea, we're talking about charities earlier, I think his idea is very good. It's great of him to do this. And maybe his prints are much better than mine, and I suspect that they are. But this is an idea, though, for those of you that want to, donate something, but you want to make it if you've got the technology to do it. There are lots of free downloadable print files for making simple toys. So, this might be something if in your area you've got something that donates toys and things to underprivileged children or whatever. You might find something that'll work on your printer, and you could make a bunch of them. And I would do that if it had come out better, but no, it didn't come out very well. And this guy that I saw the video with, and and I put a video link in the show notes for him as well, so you can check it out yourself. But he made a lot. He made a lot, as you'll see. So he had to have started those several months ago, because he didn't just make them overnight. 3D printers don't work that fast, even the ones that he has. So yeah, I thought I'd talk about that. And there's lots of toys you can make. There's lots of Christmas things you can make on your 3D printer. You just go to Thingiverse, put in Christmas, you're going to find hundreds, literally hundreds of things you can make. And some of them are really quite cute. Some of them are a little bit gitchy. Some of them are a piece of crap. But find something you like. And sometimes doing a 3D print of a little snowflake or a Christmas ornament or something like that make great little additions to a wrapped gift as well. So yeah, have a 3D printer. Merry Christmas. Maybe you're going to get one for Christmas. Could be. Okay, that takes me to Blasts from the Past. And this is part 2 of Warrnambool in Australia. February 2018.
Every time I get the camera up and then I hit a bush.
There's a bush there too.
Yeah. Never mind. What's this say?
High crash zone.
High crash zone. How nice. Back of the ocean. So there it is, the ocean.
It's a cruise ship in the distance.
Watch the road. You've seen cruise ships before. You can look at the video later. Especially now that this road's getting a little on the upper side, windy kind of thing. Yeah, this is just like in California. Didn't like it either. Well, I like California, I just didn't like
it's just like California, except we're driving on the wrong side of the road.
Yeah, well, true.
Windy.
Oh, this is one windy road. Say the speed limit is 80 on here?
40.
40. Oh, well, our GPS is saying 80, right? I don't think so. Right in this guy's ass.
Yeah, I know. Well, I can't help it.
Okay, so this gives you kind of an idea here of got ourselves into.
Santa Monica campus.
Yeah, okay. Why don't you just hang your head?
I'm reading the signs.
What was that just dropped on?
I don't know.
Oh, my glasses.
I'm not looking at what dropped.
You're looking at everything else, except...
Yeah, I'm reading the signs of the road. I'm not allowed to read the signs of the road.
What? The one that said bend over
Santa
and kiss your
Monica,
ass goodbye?
35 kilometers.
Yeah. There's a reason for that. Hairpin curves. So anyways, kind of gives you an idea of, yeah, rent a car in a country that drives on the side of the road you're not used to driving on, and why not take the windiest roads there possibly is?
Well, I hadn't intended to do the
did that. Yeah, well, okay, we're on it now. God help us. All we need is a kangaroo right now.
It's interesting drive.
Okay, well, I'm glad you're doing the driving. I'm just sitting here air braking. Okay, hairpin turn, tippy truck. Oh yeah, there's always an asshole. Motorcycle. White knuckle yet? Not
No.
much.
Got a line of cars going by us.
Yeah, well, we can't do anything about it. It's this guy here. I mean, so what? How fast do they want to go down here? Feed the cockatoo. This is Lorne, and I guess they have a lot of cockatoos here. It's in the trees. Oh yeah, there's one up there too. And one over there. Lots of cockatoos. But you're not supposed to feed them because they'll throw up. This is the lovely little town of
Turn
Lorne.
right on William Street, then take the first left.
Don't know where that thing's trying to take us.
I don't know if I'm still on the Great Ocean Road or
I
At
don't
the
know if they are
roundabout,
either.
take the 4th exit to Mount Joy Parade.
Bay Street. Follow
Take
along.
the exit to Mount Joy Parade. Turn right on Beale Street, then take the first right.
Try putting in port cam.
Now there's a spectacular view. Yeah, of course.
Motorcycle.
And assholes on motorbikes. And then, of course, you can always have the wombats. Take advantage of the fact that we're stopped here on the side of the road or on the road for some construction, which figures. But it's a great view. We're moving into some little place called Separation River.
So, what events did we have in the past week? Well, we had a men's sew day on Sunday from 8 o'clock in the morning to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Only a handful of us, about 6 at that height of it, which makes me think, is this really something that's going to catch on or not? This was the second one I've done. I was thinking of just canceling them because after all, I do pop-up sew days and men are welcome to those as well. But then I thought, well, no, we had a good time. You know, the 6 of us that were there, it's quality, not quantity, as they say. And so I'm going to do it again in January. It'll be the first Sunday in January. I haven't posted the link for that yet. I will when the time gets closer. And we'll see how many show up at that. Like December may not be the best month for something like this, as I said earlier when I was talking about the pop-up sew day, because people are busy, you know, getting ready for Christmas. So yeah, so I'll give it another month's try and we'll see how it goes. And maybe at that one, I'll talk to the gentlemen who do show up for it and say, is this something you want me to continue? Or do you think it's, you know, not worth the effort or whatever? So yeah, so we did that and that was good. And Stephanie and I, of Stephanie Stitches, we have prepared our video series on unboxing the Missouri Star Quilt Company Christmas box this year. Now, we're both very busy with our videos and that, so we decided to record all the videos on the same day. But we're not releasing them all on at once. We're releasing 5 of the Christmas gifts per episode. So the first episode goes live. What I mean by live, I mean it'll come up on YouTube. It's not live. It will appear tomorrow, December the 5th. Then that will cover days 1 to 5 of the gifts in the Missouri Star Quilt Company Christmas box. Then the next video, number 2, that'll cover day 6 to day 10, will go up on December the 10th. And then likewise, December 15th, December 20th, and on Christmas Day as well. Now, we have done them this way on those dates because by then, it won't be a spoiler for you. If you've been watching other people's videos, they're opening them every day. When they come up, you may have seen these items. So you're going to say, so why bother? Why are you doing this? Because our unboxing is a little bit different than most unboxings. We have not seen these gifts at the time of making the recordings. We didn't peek, nothing. We didn't watch anybody else's videos or anything. So what you will see is our genuine initial reaction to each gift that we open. And we decide whether it's something we like or something that we aren't that excited about. I can tell you this, there wasn't anything in the Christmas box that we absolutely hated. Okay? However, there were a few items that are just not our cup of tea sort of thing. You know, anything that involved hand sewing, for example, not our cup of tea. But still, they're very nice. And things like that we have decided we're going to take with us probably to Georgia, to the retreat we're going to be at. And, you know, if somebody else wants them, they can have them. You know, because they're nice gifts. They're just not for us, but other people love hand sewing or hand embroidery. So those ones might be up their alley. And there were a couple of other things too. But that's all will be explained on those videos. So as I said, and we picked two out of each segment. We picked our favorite item in that segment and the one that was the least exciting for us. And we do that for every segment. And then come the last segment, we do that, but we also do our overall pick. And believe me, our overall pick, it blew our mind. It did. So if you're interested, you can watch those. And as I said, they're going to come out on tomorrow. The first set go up on December the 5th, and then 10th, 15th, 20th, and 25th. Every 5 days. There'll be a new one there. So I hope you enjoy them. Okay, so I think that's about it for me today. So don't forget, this coming Saturday, December the 9th, starting at 8 a.m. Eastern Time, Pop-Up Sew Day. And as I said, I've sent out emails to everybody that's on my mailing list. And for anybody that's not on my mailing list, if you want to be on the mailing list, just send me an email. Let me know that you do, and I'll put you on, not a problem. And it's all, I always have the links in the show notes for the Pop-Up Sew Days the few days before. So it'll be in this one, it'll be in Idiot Quilter, it'll be in So Chatty next week. And I think it's on Stephen and Walter's live from yesterday, from the past Sunday as well. Okay, that's it for me. I have things to do. You have things to do, I am sure, today. So I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a great week. And we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.